Hey, have you ever had that thought pop into your head? What if none of this is real? I mean, what if the world around us, our friends, family, the sky, even the stars are just part of a super advanced computer simulation? Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But here's the thing. This idea, called the simulation hypothesis, has actually been taken seriously by a lot of philosophers and scientists. So imagine this. What if the world we're experiencing isn't the base reality at all? What if it's just a simulation created by some advanced civilization? Kind of mind-blowing, huh? This whole idea became popular after a philosopher named Nick Bostrom introduced it in 2003. He suggested that if a civilization gets really advanced, they might have the technology to create simulations so realistic they're basically indistinguishable from the real thing. And then comes the big question. If they can do that, how do we know we're not already living in one of their simulations? Some scientists actually think that weird things in our universe, like how particles behave on a tiny scale, hello, quantum mechanics, might be signs of glitches in the simulation. It's like when you're playing a video game and something doesn't work quite right. Maybe that's what's going on with our universe. Plus, think about the laws of physics, things like gravity, time, energy. Could those just be rules of a game, programmed by someone or something to keep everything in check? It's definitely food for thought. One argument that's kind of hard to ignore is the probability factor. Think about it. If technology keeps advancing like it has, creating super-realistic simulations is probably just a matter of time. Eventually, we could create entire worlds that are so realistic, the people living in them wouldn't even know they're part of a program. Now, imagine how many simulations like that could exist. Billions, maybe even more. If that's the case, the chances that we're living in the real world are, well, pretty slim. It's like playing a giant cosmic lottery, where the odds are stacked against you. Elon Musk, the guy behind SpaceX and Tesla, has even said that the chances we're not in a simulation are 1 in billions. So, maybe there's something to this after all. But hold on. Not everyone's buying into this. Some people argue that creating a simulation as complex as our universe would take an insane amount of computational power. I mean, think about it. Simulating every single atom, every moment in time, how could any civilization possibly pull that off? And then, there's the whole question of consciousness. Sure, we might be able to create robots or artificial intelligence that can think and learn, but can they actually feel? Can they be aware of themselves? That's a whole different ballgame, and many experts argue that true consciousness can't be replicated in a machine. Plus, you've got to wonder, why would anyone even create a simulation of our world? What's the point? Are we part of some experiment? Is it entertainment for a super-advanced race? Maybe it's all just for fun. Or maybe it's something far more complicated. So, are we living in a simulation? Honestly, we may never know for sure. And maybe that's okay. Whether this world is real or not, our experiences, our relationships, our choices, they all feel real to us. In the end, maybe that's all that really matters. The simulation hypothesis isn't just about whether we're in a simulation or not. It's about pushing the limits of how we think about reality. And maybe the fact that we're even asking these big questions says something pretty important about being human.